Hey guys, and how you doing? You okay? Hopefully everyone's all right. So yeah, in this video, I'm gonna talk about something really, really important. In fact, it's crucial. So yes, the model release form. So yes. Okay, so what's a model release form? All right, a model release form is something that is like an agreement between the photographer and the model, yeah, for anything. So if you're going to do any photo shoots, yeah, doesn't matter who it's with. It could be a family member. Yes, a family member. It could be anybody. Yeah, if you're going to do a photo shoot, the model release form is the one that you need to get people to sign. So yes, sometimes these things can be not very pleasant, put it that way. Yeah, so because like you could meet somebody and they're like, yeah, they wanted to collaborate on a shoot where there's no payment involved, and you're like, you know what, I really like the way you look and you look great for my portfolio and everything. So yeah, so it could even be a close friend. It could be anybody, yeah. But yeah, and this has happened to a lot of people before, is down the line, this person could say, I don't really want you using my images anymore, yeah. So take them off. And there's not really a lot you can do about it. However, this is where you have to get this signed. And as I said, it's not always very pleasant because you could be getting on really well with this new person that you've met and really sorting out some great concepts for shoots. And then suddenly you're like, oh, I need you to sign a model release form. And then they can be like, oh, well, give you this impression that, don't you trust me? Yeah, it's not about that. It's about, it. To me, it also makes you look professional. Yeah, to say that to a person. So, there's many people I know that do photography. They're like, oh, I know the person and everything, but no, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. It actually makes you look more professional anyway. So, and that's really it. So yeah, so you have to get a model release form. I've got a very good one that I've got a link down below that you can download for free and start using today. Okay, so right. If you're doing things like stock photography and all that, yeah, these places like Shutterstock and all that, yeah, they will have their own model release forms. So yeah, and basically they won't let you upload any images anyway of stuff that contains other people unless they see written consent. So it's important that you, as a photographer, when you're dealing with anyone for your own shoots, yeah, that you get that person to sign a model release form, yeah. And basically, what they're doing is they're allowing you consent to use their photographs, yeah. And you can also say that they can use these photographs, because really the copyright is with the photographer. So you can say that they can use these photographs for their social media and their promotion online, maybe as a model or whatever. However, you can also stipulate in there that they must not alter the images in any way, put any watermarks over there. All them little things you can put in there, yeah. So, but I've basically got a model release form that you can basically, just tick the boxes and just, cross out anything that really is not relevant to you. But basically is get the person to sign it and then date it and the day of the shoot and everything. So a lot of people try and do it sort of like digitally online now and send it over. I prefer to just print it out, get a pen, get the person to sign it, and everything's sweet. So, and once again, if you're like even hiring from a model agency, yeah, the same sort of thing. If you're hiring a model from a model agency, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter that they will probably have some little contracts and blah de blah, yeah. You still have your own, yeah. So at the end of the day, this is your shoot, yeah. Um, let's put it this way: it's different if somebody is coming along to you as a customer, yeah, and say to you, I want photos for my clothing line, my brand, yeah. Okay, now for that, I would still say that you get some sort of release form signed and have an agreement and say to them, is it okay if I use some of the images, even though they're paying you for a shoot? Most times, a lot of people will say, yeah, of course, like, you know, you can tag us. And so therefore still get them to sign a model release. However, there is some occasions that, and I've had this as well, where people are paying me for a shoot and they've turned around and said to me, this is strictly for us. Um, Basically, I've signed that I won't be using them photos on any of my online socials and websites. So because the people are paying and it's fine. So it's not a problem. But if they said to you, yes, you can use some, that's fine. You pull out your own release form, yeah, and you get them to sign that. So and that really is it. And honestly, don't even think for 1 second that you can skip over that part. Please don't do that, guys. Like literally, this is so crucial that you get the person to sign. Yeah, it's simple as that. And it doesn't matter if you're doing a whole group of people. Yeah, it could be a music group. Yeah, at the end of the day, ideally, rather than getting one model release form, if there's 5 people in the group, yeah, you might be taking individual photos of them. You can get away with it where you sort of like put 5 spaces for 5 lots of signatures. That's fine. You can do. But me, I like to print out 5 copies, yeah, and I like them to put their own details in each, yeah, so and their own signature and everything. So I've got that. So this also applies for if you was shooting a model because you want to make like a little YouTube promotional video. And the fact is if you're using that person, obviously, and you're going to be taking their picture, even though you've got on their model release form for the photos, yeah, you still tick the boxes that I've put on here, or just fill in that it's also for YouTube and video. So yeah, stipulate that as well. So cover yourself in all aspects, yeah. So these are the scenarios that you will come up against. Is someone will say, oh, well, is it for YouTube as well? Like, you know, okay, so yes, get them to sign, yeah, because you don't want them even a year down the line saying, oh, I don't want to be in that video anymore, yeah. The fact is, I mean, some people can complain to YouTube and say, you know, he's got me on that video and blah, 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 yeah, and YouTube could come at you and say, you know, can you mask out that person? There's some blurring tools we've got online. Well, no, because you're covered, yeah? Get them to sign, date and everything. Try and put the title down of the YouTube video that you're going to make and write it in, yeah? So I'll try and stick to that title and get them to sign. Simple as that, yeah? Make sure you make a backup copy and everything, yeah? So, all right, so don't forget, yeah, please subscribe to this channel because there's lots of things that I'm trying to sort of like educate you about if you're starting photography. So yeah, this is one of them. Please click the link below. You can download the model release form for free and you can start using it today. So guys, I wish you luck. I'm going to put some more videos up As I said, please subscribe, please share out this video, let others see, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Good luck with your shooting, guys. All the best.